Good afternoon. Let's try this again. I figured I would start all the way from the top, and I don't know, but I'm on the forum page of the website, so just ignore that. So I figured I would start all the way from the top, start from fresh. Sorry about that. We had a quick power outage overnight last night. We had the power go out. I want to say for at least like a couple hours, wasn't it? It was some time. The power was out last night. My battery backup, my UPS, for whatever reason, I guess it flaked out enough that my main computer here did go ahead and shut down and reboot. It's got a real sensitive motherboard in it, and that I appreciate. So even if there's the littlest bitty flicker, it will most definitely shut down, and which it did, so that abruptly ended the show. So we're back up. Let me go ahead and get restarted real quick. Try to go over the things that I had covered. I was talking about how kind of a busy weekend. I did some electrical work. Had to pull up a line, an underground line, and run a new one. Dig a shallow trench and run a new line for a friend, and I did that. I can't remember what all went on yesterday. But as usual, remained relatively busy. I tried to take it easy today, this morning, but I wound up doing a little bit of decal work and sending out some giveaways / contest decals to a pretty awesome group on Facebook. If you're a fan of Blue October, if you're not a fan of Blue October, what the hell's wrong with you? But if you are a fan of Blue October, it's a pretty cool page. It's called the Blue October Fan Marketplace, and it's where people who love Blue October go and trade their wares. There's a lot of artists there that do drawings, and just a lot of really good talent there. So anyway, I'm sending them some decals to have a giveaway / contest. I don't care how she does it. I just sent them out to her. So anyway, I pretty well remained busy. We're trying to pick up on that kind of thing on our merchandise end of things because, let's face it, time's not growing any longer, and we need to get our prep on. You know what I'm saying? And we've been working diligently towards that. I'm surprised that even though we're not married, I'm surprised Jen hasn't divorced me yet. Because as of late we've been getting a lot of prepping type of supplies. So, I know that's got to probably seem a little frustrating, considering that, everybody's got wants, you know what I mean? And I get that, and I appreciate that. And we've been putting off our wants because this is more important. I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. One of the things we'd really like to do is get a decent TV. We would really like to get a decent TV, but I'm having a real hard time putting out that kind of money for something. We've got an old TV that works and it functions, and but I'd like a newer type of TV, for one that's got HDMI, but also something that's light and easy to carry, because I'll just carry it from room to room. Not a big deal. But I have a hard time spending money on that kind of stuff when I know what we are staring down the barrel of. And that TV, for instance, I'm using that as an example, isn't going to do us much good when that time comes. So it's hard for me to do that. So we've spent, of course, we picked up business from Angry American and doing his logo decals, and we've spent, other than having to replace supplies, we've spent pretty much every dime that we've made from that on prepping stuff. Of course, we got a crossbow, we got another trailer, bicycle trailer. We had the one which is a double child trailer for Blue. But it's only rated at 100 pounds, and Blue's almost 60 of that. And then with Blue in there, there's not much room left over, no less, much weight capacity left over. So really needed a second trailer. And so we did pick up one. We still got to pick up a second hitch. But we did pick up a second trailer that's got a 180-pound capacity, and I've already got stuff packed in it, and it's real nice. I mean, you couldn't plan it better than that thing is. The solar panels that we've got will just fit inside. I mean, just fit perfect. It's beautiful. So anyway, like I said, crossbow trailer, and there's there is a list of things. I would love to have some more long-term storage food, because we just don't have that much, and I would like, we've got that 60 serving bucket that Prepper Nurse 1 had sent us, and that's a good start. And of course, we've got the essentials. We've got rice. We've got beans. We've got that stuff. Not a lot, but we've got enough to keep us going for a little while. But more is better, and especially if we can have something like Legacy freeze-dried foods, that makes it so easy in an SHTF situation. So that's what we're working diligently towards, and we're trying to put every dime we can towards that. So trying to think. Now we're going to be talking today. I do have a rant today. It's kind of a frustrating rant, because I get so tired of seeing you and I get misled or misdirected or completely distracted. And so I'm going to have a little talk about Mr. Kavanaugh today. But let me get through the normal stuff we do, and then I'll get into that before I even go into the news stories that I tweeted out. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, YouTube, we took a hit on subscribers. I don't know if I pissed in people's Cheerios or if YouTube's pissing in ours, but either way, we lost like 6 subscribers since yesterday. Anyway, still nothing, and the reason why there is nothing is because they will not let me keep anything monetized. So now that we're off of Google suspension, look at this. Look at this. 7-minute video. I had enough time to do the intro, do a little bit of talking, which there was nothing in there that was bad. There was nothing I was talking about that was bad. Okay? Not a single thing. But yet they demonetized it. You see what they're doing? And so that's why I've got Super Chat on. I'm not going to put the ads back on the website. But this is what they are doing to us, folks. This is exactly what they are doing to us. They absolutely are forbidding us from making even the measly pennies that they shell out for all the work and all the time that we put into this. And that's what's sad. That is what's sad. So you've seen where we are. Absolutely goose eggs, 0, nothing. Okay? Our balance is still $45.11 on Google AdSense, of course, because YouTube won't let us get anything there. That is the reason why we turned back on Super Chat, and I am going to bring that up. I warned you guys, I'm going to bring this up every single day until we meet that $100 threshold so we can cash out on Google AdSense, okay? Because once we cash out, or once we reach that $100 and we can cash out, I will be canceling our Google AdSense account, and of course that automatically demonetizes the entire YouTube channel. I will be willingly doing that, and I will do it live on air. But we have to reach that threshold, because I'm not going to give. They screw us enough. I'm not going to give Google $45.11. I'm not going to do it. They screw us enough. They screw us from any bit of income that we get, whether it was from the website ads or whether it's from YouTube videos or even Super Chats. But that's why Super Chats are back on, because we're not going to make any money off of the video content that we put out. It's that simple. So Super Chats are open. Super Chats are much appreciated. Once we hit that threshold, once we get that money, we'll be closing the account, and it won't even be possible anymore. But that's the intent. That is what's going on, and that is why. It's absolutely ridiculous what Google/YouTube is doing to people. Ridiculous. We're not doing anything harmful except for those out there that are evil, except for those that are out there doing wrong. Those are the only ones that we should be affecting in a negative way, except for maybe the people that just want to keep covers pulled over their head and not see the truth. That I'm sure that we're turning a wrong color on them, but I don't know what to tell people. That's when I came here. I told you when we started this 5 years ago. I said I'm not going to sit here and tickle your ear. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and I'm going to be straight about it. And that's what we've done. That is what we've done, and that's what I'm committed and promise to you from here on out. You will never see that change as long as the Watchman News is a show. No matter what platform we're on, you're going to hear the truth. You're not going to hear some partisan crap. You're not going to hear some fanboy crap. You're going to hear the truth. That's what we do. And I know it's extremely controversial. I can't help that. People are starting to come around more. I'm seeing it more and more and more. People are starting to want the truth. They're starting to yearn for the truth. You've got red team members, Republicans. You've got them that are starting to back away from the Republican Party because they're starting to see through all the lies. You've got the liberals, the blue team, and they're starting to back away from their party because they are starting to see all the lies. And people are starting to look for the truth more and more each and every day. And that's why we're here. And when I started this 5 years ago, I told Jen, when we first met, I said, truth is not a popular thing. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to keep my honesty. I'm going to keep my integrity. And there's going to be a day that comes that people are going to seek that. They're going to specifically seek that. And I say the same thing today, don't I? And we're starting to see it happen. We're starting to see it come full circle and actually happen. It's not about me. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about views. I care about helping people. I care about the truth. That's all. That's my motivation. That's it. That's purely my motivation. I'm not out here to, even though I'm talking about this stuff with the super chats and our balance, and we're not here to make money. If we were here to make money, we'd have been gone a long time ago. Let me tell you that. So anyway, that's kind of what's up with that. Sorry, I didn't mean to even go on a rant with that stuff, but it is what it is, right? Oh, thank you. Sorry, I didn't have that. I didn't have that page up. Thank you guys very, very much. Ooh, 777. I love that. Thank you, Evil. Thank you, Aaron. Very, very much. Like I say, I can't wait till we hit that because I want to be clear of. I want to be absolutely clear of Google and YouTube and all that evil that involves. Let's see here. Let me show you a couple other things real quick before we start talking about Kavanaugh. Okay, so we got our new our website up, or redone, I should say, Disabled by Design. I just wanted to show folks this is kind of what we're doing. And anything is welcome here. If somebody wants a decal, a special custom decal, that is what we specialize in. That is what we do. So we just got Blue October stuff up now. So, but anyway, that's what's going on. I've been putting a fair amount of time into this. I sent let's see, one of each color of these, one of each color of these, and one each of these off to the admin of the Blue October Fan Marketplace for a giveaway. So anyway, we've got that going on. We've got a 15% off sale going on if you happen to be a Blue October fan. So anyway, one other sale that I want to mention to you because it's extremely important. Okay, I was talking about preparation. Now Preparation H, preparation. Prepper Nurse 1 has a sale going on his website. 25% off legacy food products, and that's going on until midnight of October 15th. So the coupon code is fall 2018. Another absolutely great sale on legacy food products. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a deal. 25% off. There's already been quite a few people taking advantage of it. It's good to see. Very good to see. I love to see people getting prepared. Speaking of preparation, I did make a post. I posted an image on Facebook earlier today, and it says, this is what the image says. I'll tell you what it says, and I'll tell you what I said. The image says, I am a truther. I understand that my post may disturb and make you feel uncomfortable, although this is not my intent, I promise you. My intent is to provoke your mind, to make you think critically, to have an objective mind, and to question the official story. I understand that you may feel like lashing out in anger. I understand your position. I was once there myself not too long ago. There is an awakening of consciousness taking place that we are currently experiencing, and we are only at the cusp of it. I know it can be very difficult to break the chains of conformity because we have been programmed to fear thinking outside the status quo box. We are awake and waiting for you. And that is what the image said. Now, the reason I'm emphasizing that is because that's not necessarily my exact experience or thoughts. Okay, so I'm emphasizing that. What I had wrote was this. This is somewhat true, but I have been awake since high school. And sometimes I don't intend to just provoke. I intend to make you so mad you can't see straight. The greatest positive changes in my life have more often than not started with me being so mad at myself I couldn't see straight. Folks, please care about your loved ones enough to obtain some level of preparedness. If you don't know where to start, just ask. I've always got time for people that care enough about their loved ones to prepare for the unexpected. You're helping your loved ones and yourself, and you're helping me because I won't have to defend what little we have from you. If we can spare enough change to do so, or do it, so can you. We live on less than most people blow in a month on nonsense. So, you know, I wanted to share that with you because that I just felt like there was so much in that statement that I made that I normally don't write that well, and so I felt like it. I felt like it was important and very, I don't know if poignant's the word, but very focused on my thoughts. But anyway, please, folks, get ready however you can. You know, if you can afford to get long-term storage, you know, no matter what it is or from who it is, that's great. If not, go get you some rice from Walmart, okay? I hate that company more than almost any other company, with the exception of, like, Monsanto. But, don't worry about that. Worry about your loved ones. Worry about your loved ones. Of course, if you can make it to an Amish store somewhere and buy products from them, that's even better, because that's going to be good quality, healthy stuff. But I just wanted to, I really can't impress on people enough how important it is to get ready. More and more, I've just got this gut feeling that we are right there on that edge. And it's not fear-mongering, folks. I wouldn't do that. It's not that. It's watching different things come to a head. Okay, and we're going to be covering a lot of that in the news. So, okay, let me get going a little bit on my thoughts here with Kavanaugh. So everybody's in a tizzy right now over this gentleman, and it's one of those things, you know. Let me tell you my stance on it up front, on what is in our face, what they are telling us to talk about. Let me go ahead and tell you my stance, and I don't do this really a whole lot, but I'm going to. It sets a very dangerous precedent in this country for us to start convicting people in the public of, the court of public opinion. It becomes a very, very dangerous, slippery slope. Okay, and we've got a situation here to where there is not only no evidence, which is one thing, but even the witnesses that were called upon said that it didn't happen. Okay, so one of them being a longtime friend of Ms. Ford. So why are we going any further with this? That is what bothers me. That is what concerns me. See, one of the rights that we have in this country is the right to due process. Okay? And the court of public opinion is not due process. Now, you've got the Kavanaugh supporters that are behind him no matter what, blah, blah, blah. Okay? You've got the Ford supporters that want to hang him no matter what, blah, blah, blah. So let's stop and let's just take a look at this. If you've got, 3 witnesses, I think, that have said that we're not aware of this happening. We don't, and in fact, I think they said they don't even recall the party, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry if I'm wrong there. But what more do they want? Now, I'm not saying that the fact that they stated that they don't remember it means that without a doubt, 100%, that he didn't do it. I'm not saying that. Why am I not saying that? Because I was not there. Neither was anybody else that's commenting on this. Okay? None of us was there. So guess what? None of us know for certain whether it happened or not. But we have laws in this country, and we have a process called due process in this country. And unfortunately, yes, criminals get away with things in this country because of that due process. Happens all the time. Criminals get away with things, okay? Some criminals, especially your white-collar type of criminals, they get away with a lot of stuff because they know how to use the loopholes and how to play these games. Okay, however, we're not talking about a white-collar criminal. We're talking about a teenage kid at a party, or at least allegedly. So, again, none of us can truly say whether or not it did or didn't happen. With that being said, we have to look at what we do have in front of us, and I've already gone over that. The witnesses say they're not even aware of the party, okay? There is no type of physical evidence in this. There is no nothing, okay? Bunch of nothing. So, why are we still entertaining this? I find this ridiculous. I find it absolutely ridiculous. Now, before I go any further, I need to answer another question you may have. Do I want Kavanaugh seated on the Supreme Court? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're talking, I would almost pick Hillary Clinton to be a Supreme Court justice over Kavanaugh. Almost, not quite. Calm down. So, why do I've got such a strange outlook? Because the court of public opinion says I've got to pick one side or the other. I either have to support him being the Supreme Court nominee, or I have to want to hang him and burn him alive for being a horrible misogynist. Well, it's this little thing called common sense. We can't prove that this guy is guilty. Of course, equally, we can't prove he's innocent. Okay? But the burden of proof is on the government, not on Kavanaugh. See, we have to be very mindful of this. We have to be careful of this, folks. Because if we let this guy get hung with no evidence and no witnesses, okay, we're not even talking about hearsay, folks. This is how insane this is. They won't even let hearsay in a court of law. The only court of law that I'm aware of that they will allow hearsay is in a family court for like child custody. But in like a criminal court, they won't allow hearsay. Not a second of it. Well, they're not supposed to. Okay, this isn't even hearsay. This is one person's account. It's not even hearsay. But look at how far they've already gotten it pushed. That's scary. That's scary. It is. Let's back up a little bit. Let's discuss why I don't want Kavanaugh sitting on the Supreme Court. And I think I'm going to answer, I hope I can answer a couple of questions that you may have with this. Because this seems like an awfully big 3-ring circus. It seems like a 10-ring circus. Hang on. Sip of coffee. By the way, today it's Thomas. Yum. Man, no better coffee on the planet. So anyway, folks, I think it's a rope-a-dope. I think we're getting our chains jerked. By both sides, both red team and blue team. I think we're getting played as fools, like we have many, many times before. This isn't nothing new. This is what they do. This is how they take our rights. This is how they brainwash and indoctrinate us into thinking something that is not true. Like the idea that law enforcement can ID you anytime they want just because they're law enforcement. No, they can't. We have constitutional rights that say that they can't bother unless we're suspected of a crime. They have to leave us alone. That is our constitutional right. See, now we are on the verge of another very dangerous precedent to where they won't even have to have any evidence or nothing. And I know about the NDAA 2012. I know about that and how they don't have to have evidence to detain you or anything like that. But that's for suspicion of some type of terrorist act. That's for terrorism. Okay, this is going to be for anything criminal. If we allow this precedent to get set, they don't have to have any proof of anything from any of us. Nothing. At all. They can start picking us off one by one for child porn or you name it. Without any evidence, without any proof, without anything. Folks, we have to be careful of this. We have to be very, very careful of this. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we don't lose our constitutional rights. And at the same time, we got to make sure we don't fall for the rope-a-dope. And I think we're falling for the rope-a-dope. I think that's what's happening. I think they are distracting us, both Democrats and Republicans, from asking us the actually important questions. The things that really are going to make a difference here on whether or not he should sit on that bench. And that is his connections to the Patriot Act. Now I want you to think about that. The Patriot Act. I'm sure several of you know that I made the claim, even before Donald Trump was elected, that for one, I was pretty positive he was going to win, like by a landslide. And I think he did win by a landslide, even though, you know that joke. But the other thing is I made another statement, too, that Trump will be the one to take the guns. I'm standing behind that. In fact, I'm doubling down on that statement, that Trump will be the one to do away with the Second Amendment. Okay? And it looks like he's got a Supreme Court justice that will back him on that, or a potential one. Now, why would I say that? Why would I say that about Kavanaugh? Well, let's see. He was all about the Patriot Act. 100% support of the Patriot Act. He was in 100% support of the NDAA 2012. Okay? And that wasn't even Bush's regime. That was Obama's regime. See, we've got somebody here that has consistently and constantly attacked the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And the conservatives are defending and fighting with everything they have to get them put in there. Think about that. Think about that. We need to start asking. We need to stop. We need to take this extra time that was bought from all this silliness with this investigation. And what are they going to investigate? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are they even going to investigate? No witnesses. No evidence. They're going to investigate words? I don't get it. What are they going to investigate? Anyway, let's use that time wisely, folks. Let's use that time wisely while they're playing their dog and pony show. Let's start demanding the serious questions be answered, like about his involvement with the Patriot Act, his thoughts on our Bill of Rights, namely our first, second, fourth, fifth, okay, all of the amendments. We need to ask these questions, folks. I think we're getting rope-a-doped. I really do. I wouldn't say that if I didn't think so. You know me, I like to sit back. This has been going on for a little while now. I like to sit back. I like to watch. I like to see what's going on. I want to take in as much information as I can before I make statements like these. I'm not just somebody out there with a mouth that just wants to say, oh, that's not me. It's not how I work. It's not what I do. I want to be factual. I want to be accurate. Not just, especially not just for you, but for me. See, I do this, what I do here, and I've said this before, if I wasn't doing a news show, I would still be going over the same content every day myself. And when I started out doing this, one of the things was I thought, you know what, I'm doing this anyway. Why don't I take people with me? Why don't I show people? Try to help inform and educate. So that's why I do this. And I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to bullshit myself. So I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to look for the truth. I'm going to search for the truth. And that's what I do. That's a truth we need to look at, folks. We have to start asking those serious questions. This is everything. Everything. Okay? If this guy's willing to stand behind the very things that is in the Patriot Act, the warrantless wiretapping, all of it, everything that's in the Patriot Act and the NDAA 2012, do you really think he's going to fight for your constitutional right to bear arms? I doubt it. I doubt it. I have a feeling you'll be one of them that helps take them away. How hard would that be? Think about that. How many justices is Trump looking at replacing? Like 3 or something? So let's say Trump replaces 3 Supreme Court justices, all with the same mindset that would shred that Constitution and take your gun rights in a heartbeat. Okay? So if he puts 3 quote-unquote conservative Supreme Court justices in place that are willing to take away your gun rights, among many other rights, and he's already got the ones in there, Sotomayor and the others, that have been begging to take away your gun rights, how hard is it going to be to do? Got to think about this stuff, folks. This is important. We need to stop letting them distract us and stop letting them get us involved in their dog and pony shows. Okay? I mean, let's think about it. Look at the actors here. Look, it's worse than a bad soap opera. Okay? Lindsey Graham, which you normally don't hear anything good out of, came off with this just incredible statement, this incredible speech. I know I listened to it. I was like, this is freaking awesome. But it's the only thing the man has ever said that I like. The only thing. He's another one that would do anything to destroy that Constitution. Folks, we better get a hold of our country. Like a rug, it's about to get ripped out from underneath of us. Cannot let them distract us. It's important. DLive was up. It was up a little bit ago. Yeah, I'm showing it up. So, anyway, I think anyway. I don't know. Anyway, let me move forward here, and we'll start covering some news stuff. That's essentially what I had to say about this with Kavanaugh. You know, I don't think he's guilty. You know, I'm not saying that Ms. Ford didn't experience some type of an assault during that time. I'm not going to say that. I can't say that. There's no way for me to say that. I wasn't there. But I don't think, if she did experience some type of an assault, I don't think it was Kavanaugh. But once again, let me reaffirm that I'm also not behind him sitting on the Supreme Court. And that's because of his lack of constitutionality. All you got to do is research. Go back and look. He held reign during the Bush era. So, insane stuff, for sure. Okay, let me start running through. I think there's a couple here that I do want to read. I'm starting out with some tweets from the 29th because I think they're important. Serbia puts military on high alert over incident involving Kosovo special forces, says local media. Oh, wow. Pepper Nurse 1 just came out with his video, and it's titled Dealing with Censorship on YouTube. We'll get to that here shortly, but yeah. All Syria should be cleared of terrorists' foreign presence, says the foreign minister. By the way, Pepper Nurse 1's back home. He's had a chance to get a little relaxed and back into the swing of things. He made a video yesterday. He made a video yesterday announcing that he was back, explaining a little bit more about what went on and what he was doing, and it's pretty cool. If we've got enough time tonight, I'll play. First off, I'll play today's video, but towards the end of the evening, if we've got a moment, I'll play yesterday's video too. So. Let's see. North Korea rejects unilateral disarmament amid lack of trust in U.S. You hear that? You know, it's games, folks, and it's a game that we're about to lose. You know, I sat here and I spent my own rant talking about internal things within our own country, involving this Supreme Court justice pick, and But folks, that's just a little bit of what's going on. We've got so many things going on in the world. I'm just going to say it, we are so screwed. It's unreal. Please, 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 whatever you can do, prepare yourself. I'm begging you. For the very reasons why I stated. Okay, Jen and myself don't have much. We can't, in an SHTF situation, we can't support and provide for more. We don't even have enough for ourselves. Believe me, I will defend what little we have with my life. That's a promise. That's a promise. I don't want to have to do that, but I will. But the more people that we can get prepared-minded, the less people that we'll have to worry about that with. Anyway, I can't impress that enough. We've got so much craziness. So much craziness. In 2 days, we're going to have this test that we were supposed to have already, this national test. Right? We're going to be having it in 2 days. Okay? It's going to happen Eastern Time, 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time. Why 2:18? Why not 2 o'clock? Why not 2:30? Why 2:18? Now, I'm not one of these number freaks that think that everything in life, numbers and this, that, and the other thing. No, I think, there's some truth to that, and there's a lot of silliness to it. So, it is what it is. You got to use discernment with it. But something is screaming to me about these times. 2:18 is when this test starts. This test is going to be on for 30 minutes, which means 2:48 is when the test ends. Now, that is the number that is screaming at me. 2:48. It's just screaming at me. And I don't know why. I'm not a numerologist or anything like that. So I don't know why, but there's something there. I'm telling you, this time there is something there with the numbers. Just is. I don't know what to say. Hopefully maybe somebody will hear this and they will pick up on that and they will dig, and that's an area that I have very little to no knowledge. So just don't go digging to an insane, stupid thing to make up stuff, because that's what I see with a lot of numerology, a lot of made up stuff, because people just dig and they want to see something. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Elon Musk to step down as Tesla chairman. Now, this was shared on the 29th. I believe he's already done it. Absolutely sad. Why? Because he came to you with the truth. He came to you with a warning about artificial intelligence. And he had the company that he built with his own bare hands ripped out from underneath of him for telling you the truth. Absolutely insane. U.S. and Canada reach NAFTA deal. That is like a huge deal. Now, I don't know any details to that or anything else, but it is what it is. And, it's NAFTA. I've got my own views on dealing with the economy. I don't know if they're any better than anybody else's views, but, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't know what the New Deal is. I don't know. I don't trust any of them, though. Iran says it launched missiles into Syria at Avaz attack ringleaders. That's a pretty big deal. I tweeted that out yesterday. I guess last night sometime. Russia field tests. Get this. I've been talking about this for over 10 years now. And you guys, if you come around, you hear me say this all the time because I get tired of it. It's frustrating. You would think at some point people would be like, you know what? He was talking about that stuff 10 years ahead of time. Maybe we should start listening to him today, for what he's saying is right around the corner. Nope. Nope. I'm still a crazy lunatic. I was talking about this over 10 years ago. Russia field test microwave guns that 6th-generation fighter jets may use, says a major weapon producer. Been talking about microwave-directed energy weapons for well over 10 years. Probably, for the directed energy weapons, I've probably been talking about those for about 20 years, to be honest. But actually mounting them on things like aircraft, I've been talking about that for a little over 10 years. And we're seeing it right now. Final day. Today was the final day of the 73rd session of the UN General Assembly in New York. Trump delivers speech on new trade deal with Mexico and Canada. This is insane. And I shared this because, folks, we need to reel ourselves in with "you must believe her" nonsense. Okay? And it is nonsense. You don't have to just believe anybody. Okay? That's your choice. Whether you want to believe somebody or not, you shouldn't be ridiculed. You shouldn't be shamed because you don't buy somebody's BS. Okay? Another very dangerous precedent that they're trying to set for us here. And I don't go for it. I don't go for feminism at all. I believe a woman should be a woman. You should be a lady. I don't believe that you should have to wear makeup and dresses and all that. No, I don't believe that. I believe you should be yourself. All right? But I don't see this big struggle for domination. I don't see this big war on women. If I see a war on a gender, it's a war on men. There's a war on men. If you don't believe that, look at the family courts. That's all you need to look at. That's all you need to see. If you want to see the war on men, look at the family court system. We're being obliterated. But yet they're telling you that we're still so horrible. And now it's so bad that anytime a woman makes any claim, you gotta believe her. You gotta believe her. That's stupid. That is ignorant to the 10th level. No. Sorry. I don't care, man, woman, child, Russian, American, Iranian. I don't care who you are. I'm not just going to believe you. If I can't find some backing evidence to what you have to say, even circumstantial, I'm not just going to believe you just because you make a claim. Sorry. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Because there's a lot of people out there that talk a lot of crap. I know. I was married to one. And had several other ex-girlfriends before her. I don't know if I was the absolute scumball magnet or what the deal was. But I know all about false claims. I got how many? 12, I think, orders of protection from the time I was like 17 till now to prove it. Never raised a hand to a woman in my life. Never even physically threatened a woman in my life. So you want me to just accept words? Good luck with that. Let me know how it works. I know. I'm somebody that has suffered greatly because of a woman's lies. And I'm not attacking women here. That's not my intent. Okay, but men are being attacked. And I have the right, you better bet your damn ass I've got the right to defend myself and other men out there. And to call me misogynist? Or to ridicule me for defending myself and other innocent men? Bullshit. Bullshit. Plain and simple. I'm not going to play that, oh, I'm a victim. Bullshit. 12 times I've had bitches claim that they were victims of mine, that they needed protected from me. Jen, am I the type of person that needs protected from? I'm sure you couldn't hear her. Her answer was no. I'm not that type of person. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the type of person to fuck with. Because I can get busy. I can and will get busy. But I have never raised a hand to a woman. I don't believe in it. I was raised differently than that. I will walk away. I walk away from men. Because I don't believe in violence. I believe violence is a last resort. I've been a victim 12 times. Actually, more than that. But I mean, actual orders of protection 12 times. Because, why? Because there was no due process. Holy shit. All they did was went by what she said. No due process. No evidence. Not even circumstantial. Nothing. Nothing. So to sit there and tell me that we just have to listen to her, regardless of who her is, sorry. Sorry. No sympathy. None. Again, I'll pick up on the littlest bit of evidence, even circumstantial. But when you call witnesses and the witnesses that you call yourself sit there and say that they are unaware of it, come on. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to really get going back off on that. It's frustrating, folks. And that's what they want us to do, and I'm falling for that. You see that? I'm falling for it. I'm sitting here discussing this again when I told you we need to stop discussing this and we need to start discussing his involvement in the Patriot Act. But you see how hard it is to do. Even with somebody that's completely, well, as completely as I could imagine one being awake. Not easy, man. The brainwashing is thick, and we don't even watch TV. The brainwashing is thick. Anyway, that's why I shared this. This is why I brought it up again. Florida woman cuts man's face after he refused to have sex with her. But we should just listen to her, right? Not this lady, but any lady. We should just listen to her because, Of course. A woman couldn't do anything wrong. Right? Only men do bad, wrong things, right? Only men can be evil. Now, the Bible, that says something quite to the contrary. We won't even get into that, because I know that will piss in some Cheerios. Air Force colonel takes a knee on NFL sideline because cops killed his son. Right on. Right on. I did read this story. I'm not going to go ahead and read it now, but yeah, this, and I do remember this case. We actually covered it on the show, I think. Anyway, his son was killed in their driveway by police, and so he had went to the Chicago Bears game and took a knee on the sidelines, and hats off to him. I thank him for his service, not only with the Air Force, but I also thank him for his service in his civilian life. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. And I'm glad to see it. So, let's see. Because this isn't about protesting the flag. This isn't about protesting the anthem. This isn't about protesting the military. This is about protesting police brutality. I mean, how more blatant can people get with it? But you're being rope-a-dope by the media to think it's about all these other things. So now you've got a white guy, a veteran, retired veteran, right, that's flown combat tours. I wonder, how privileged is this guy? Let's see, how can we pick this guy apart? Oh, I'm sure there's ways. I'm sure. I just haven't watched any of the comments yet, anywhere on it. Russian stocks smash another record high as oil prices surge. I'm like bipolar, ain't I? That people get so frustrated with me on social media because they can't pin me down. It's like, you're Republican, you're conservative. Other people, you're liberal. No. You have to fit in one box or the other, or else people just can't handle it. They lose their minds. Let's see. Hashtag kill Kavanaugh tops list of Twitter hashtags and autofill suggestions. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? You see? We don't even have any evidence. And here I am talking about it again. But we don't have any evidence. We've got 3 witnesses that were called by the accuser that say that they're unaware of it. They don't recall any of it. They don't recall it. Period. Right? And you got people calling for the death of this guy based on nothing but media's bullshit. You don't think we're in trouble? South Africa to brief U.S. companies on land confiscation plans. You hear that? I'm going to repeat it just in case. We'll have a test later. South Africa to brief U.S. companies on land confiscation plans. My God. Life, liberty, and property, folks. And I understand the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, doesn't cover South Africa. I get that. But that's, the ideals behind our Constitution or our Bill of Rights comes from somewhere much higher than the United States of America. My God. Is Russia developing air-launched satellite killer? Photo of mystery missile test sparks theory. By the way, they've had those up there for, well, not aircraft launch, but they've got satellite killers up there in space. They've had them for like a long time. At least a couple decades. U.S. lost its credibility by engaging in trade war with the world, says Erdogan. Turkey seems like a very bipolar country, don't they? Back and forth. They're working with the U.S. and taking our weapons, and then they're talking against the U.S. and taking Russia's weapons. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? 2 new particles discovered by CERN scientists, an exotic third one on the way. Maybe they can find a particle that'll regenerate brain cells and common sense. I don't know. That does concern me, though, this exotic particle. That is kind of just concerning terminology for me. Promising technostructures, NASA renews its interest in alien search in space. Pretty interesting, huh? Let's see. Kuwait stops exporting crude oil to U.S. first time in over 2 decades. More craziness. U.S. cops use facial recognition technology to open suspect's iPhone X. I'm telling you, you have no right to privacy anywhere, anytime. Now, I'm just going with that these guys are right, that this guy's involved in child pornography and that he had some of this content on his mobile device. Let's just go with their story. Again, I can't say whether it's true or whether it's not. But man, again, we're setting precedent here. We're setting precedent here. It's going to get ugly. If the guy did participate in child pornography, I hope he doesn't go to jail for 30 years. I hope somebody strings his ass up. We go back to that in this country. Maybe people will stop doing this sick, disgusting stuff. Texas surf resort closes after brain-eating amoeba kills customer. Yeah, I'm good. I think I'll stay out of the water. U.S. cops mow down runaway murder suspect with police cruiser. Right, and there's a video here, and we are going to partake in it. I haven't seen this video. I have not seen the video. And I'm not saying that we should treat murderers with absolute kindness. But we do have laws, or we're supposed to have laws in this country that include not mowing down a suspect. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it's not okay to mow down somebody that's been convicted. I'm pretty sure that's not a form of accepted execution. I don't know if this guy died or not, but nonetheless, this is insane. So we're gonna watch this. Insane. I was trying to blow it up full screen, but it won't let me. Hang on, I will. Give me 1 second here. I'll get it full screen. You just watch me. Hang on a second here. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Can you in any way, shape, or form say that was not intentional? I mean, seriously? Let me pull up. There's another video there. Let me pull it up and see what it's got.
He's running down the street, shooting the cops. Oh!
Now, is there any way in hell, we'll pull that up again. Is there any way in hell you can say that that was not intentional to do that? I certainly can't. It seems pretty evident to me that that officer took direct aim. Direct aim. Is that how we treat people in this country? You know, and we have to stop before we just accept these key words that they give us, you know, these things that they tell us that, you know, is supposed to, again, back to the court of public opinion, supposed to just get us behind them 100%. Oh, blue line, blue line, blue line. Nah, still the smelly brown streak, sorry. Because let's take a look again back in Dallas, I believe it was, with the gentleman that was minding his own business in his own apartment. And supposedly, an off-duty officer with confusion as to where her own apartment was shoots him dead in his own apartment. And what do? They immediately start going after the guy, the innocent guy that was in his own apartment minding his own business. They went after him and done everything they could to destroy him. So before I jump and say, well, he was a murder suspect, he killed somebody. No. Sorry. I've learned too much. Apparently the guy didn't die. But, man. Let's see. Earlier this month, officers with Indiana's Marion County were caught on camera ramming their squad car into a suspect who was trying to flee the scene on a bicycle. This is insane. This is insane. Anyway, continuing on. China calls off talks with Pentagon chief as tensions with U.S. snowball. So now we got North Korea that's pulling, talks off the table as far as disarmament and stuff. You've got China calling off talks with the Pentagon. And then this is the last thing I tweeted. U.S. Navy aircraft carrier deployments fall as financial concerns loom. Folks, we are on the verge of something that is not good. I can assure you of that. I just hope folks listen, and I hope they prepare. No matter even if it's only tiny little things. An extra set of batteries, some cotton wick, or some extra lamp oil. And there's no joke in that. No joke in that at all. I'm firm behind the idea of providing light with lamp oil and wick. And there's nothing religious about it. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that it's a dependable, relatively long-lasting way of providing yourself light. And a little bit of heat, So it's important, and you can get oils all kinds of different places. There's pretty much anything petroleum you could use that's not, really combustible. You could use motor oil that was drained out of an engine block of a vehicle, right? You could use Vaseline. I know it sounds crazy, but sure enough, you could use Vaseline. There are so many things you could use. All you got to do is have that cotton wick. Very cheap investment. Like less than $10 will get you like 100 feet of it. Okay? Very cheap investment. Candle wick. Get it on a big roll so you get like 100-foot roll of it. Right? Incredible investment. I've got a couple rolls. There's not 100 feet left on it, but it's not far from it. Oh, let's see. So that pretty much covers everything I've got for the monologue. And I know it was a long monologue. Today's monologue will get put up because I think it's important. I think that discussion on Kavanaugh is extremely, extremely important. Anyway, for those that are here for the live shows, stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue on with the live show. For those that just watched the monologue, thank you very much. can consider helping out, whether it be us or any other alternative media that tells you the truth. No ear tickling. We need to stop funding those guys. We got to stop funding the ones that aren't telling the truth. Fund. I'm not telling you to fund us. I'm telling you to fund the people telling you the truth. Okay? They're doing a service to you, or doing a service for you like no other. There's not many of us out there that are actually telling the truth without trying to pull some type of political slant on it. Anyway, try to support those people. Okay? Again, for those that watch the monologue, thank you very much. As always, God bless you. We love you. And be one with your spirit.